Look at that, Ching. Say something. Yeah. I love when you say stuff for the people. Hey, hold on, Holmes. You gotta understand that you gotta relax. You gotta relax with some of that nonsense you be doing. You understand? Look at that.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to fill the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
I think I just heard the fucking things clip again. We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cerbavelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. 9 Times. Yeah, man, we're going to start off with a quick drip check. We got the Fila Cortizon Imperial basketball shorts, the exclusive Green Light 4 tee that came out last year. And you could tell it's like when I was fat, because I'm still kind of chubby now, but I was super fat a minute ago. So I was like, fuck it, let me just bring it out for old times' sakes. Today's mathematics is wisdom and God all being born to born. So use your God-given wisdom to bring about peace and prosperity today. Peace. I don't know why it's hot. It got hot out of nowhere. You know, we were getting to a place where it was cold and rainy and gloomy. And listen, man, if there's anybody, like, I was born for the doom and the gloom. You know what I mean? Like, I was born for this shit. I was born in this shit. I was bred for it. I was bred for this. You know what I mean? I was born literally while it was raining. Cats, dogs, spiders, tarantulas, foxes, deers, polar bears. So now that it's all hot and I fucking hear this fucking thing clipping again, I think it's the headphones. I don't think it's the gear. I really think it's the headphones now. I think I need new headphones or something like that, because I hear this shit clipping and it's pissing me off. I was doing a session with Chava Styles last week. I was going to do one again this week or today with him, and I was supposed to do a video with Slick again, but dude, literally the weather affects everything, because since it warmed up, I'm like, fucking, my allergies are all out of whack, and I had a headache the whole day yesterday and a little bit today, and I think it was my body just telling me I needed rest, because I've been drinking like a lot more coffee than usual, and I've been in the cycle of like, drinking coffee to give myself energy to stay up, and then having to wind myself down after drinking coffee, you know, before I drive home, because I got a long drive, but you know, the shift tires me out. I can't wait till I leave and I transfer. This must be like the third time I've said this on the podcast, but it's just like, I'm sick of working where I'm at. It's too far, it's too much bullshit, it's too much work. And I hear like, you know, like my uncle works like for the same company, and he's like, fool, you should like come over here. You know, the all they do is bitch and complain. Like all the people like that work in my classification are like, they're straight chilling. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's all by seniority, and I probably won't even be able to be considered to go to work for that place with my seniority for like another, I say like 5 years at least. Because it's super weird. What's happening right now is a lot of people are retiring, and we're getting ready for the Olympics. So I don't think they're going to start hiring for the Olympics until like another year or two. Because what is it, 2028? So I don't see them starting to hire until, like next year. Like now they're just covering the people that have been retiring. I thought I came in the window of like the people that they needed for the Olympics, and then we have the World Cup. So they're going to be hiring for that too. But from what I know, I was just hired as part of like all the baby boomers that have been retiring, and there's a lot of older people that are retiring or should be retiring soon. But that place is infamous for like you're gonna die working there, like or you retire and then you die like within a year or two. So I mean, which isn't bad, but it's like I can't imagine myself working like all old and tirado and shit. There's dudes at work and they have like 40 years, almost 50 years, shit like that, and they're barely clinging on. Like they're walking around, oh, like fucking. Why would you want to work like that? Enjoy your money. If you've been working for the company 40 years, bro, you could easily retire, get all your money, and just chill. You could take, a really good trip somewhere every year if you wanted to. If you're like in your late 70s, like a lot of them retire in their late 70s. Like, how much more are you gonna do? Like life living, I'm literally living like a double life of where I work full time and then I do music while I'm working, or I edit the podcast, or I'm making beats. Like I'm doing all that shit while I'm working, and it stresses me out. So if I could just retire and all that shit, at a good age, like, I'll do it. I don't see the point of fucking working until you die. I think that's some stupid shit. I'd rather just work until, what's the retirement age? Like 60 fucking 5 or something? Like 70 is the cutoff point. But I don't even see myself working. Like, I don't even see myself staying in a company, even though this is a really great company, like one of the best, like probably primo jobs. There's like government level, counties, state or whatever, and that's pretty much it. I don't see like too many jobs to where I'm gonna be staying until I die. I don't see myself working anywhere till I die. I think it's just a matter of knowing what you want in life and like meeting your goals. I think people just don't have goals. They work, they get a check, and that's all their life is. People practically live where they work because they're doing so much overtime or whatever. And I don't think I don't like, what kind of life is that? I pretty much set myself up to where I have things going on outside of work that takes me away from work. So when I come back to work, it's like I'm not even thinking about work. I'm thinking about all the other music shit and endeavors and my clothes that I'm doing. I'm having some delays right now with the clothes because the homie Ronnie, he's like, he doesn't have we're expecting delays. You know what I mean? I don't want to put everything on Ronnie. It's just there's things out of your control that you can't really blame anybody for. It's just these things happen, and when these sort of mishaps happen, they're kind of like happy accidents, where I never let anything happen to like get me down, or now it's kind of like the opportunity for me to explore other opportunities and business endeavors. So that's what I'm on right now, and it kind of sucks because I gave Ronnie a bunch of my clothes, so it's like I kind of feel like a dickhead if I ask for my clothes back, because I don't want him to feel like, oh, because of you, I'm not getting my business up and running, so give me my shit back and, we'll part ways, because that's not how I feel at all. I think he's like really dope. He has excellent service, but I do need to get my business done as well. But I think whatever order I had for him, I'll just let him have it, and then we'll figure shit out. Just go back to the drawing board and see where we go from there. But literally because of this, I'm behind on December, January, February, and it's already March. Like tomorrow's the last day of February, and I have no clothes for the year, not even for myself to showcase, and I don't like that at all. I want that. I don't want that. I want people to see, I got ideas and I want to get them going. Photo shoots, models, this, that. Like I need to get rocking and rolling out here. So just, I chose the struggle. Whenever you're an entrepreneur, you're choosing the struggle of actually waking up in the morning and being like, fuck, like I have to roll the dice and see where this goes. And me, I'm constantly rolling the dice. I could keep going with the same things that I feel like have been working. Like a lot of the designs I felt like that work were the anime bay design, you know. But as soon as I heard the homie goes, oh, you're going with the hentai, I'm like, nah, we gotta remix that. Because now it's like, I know I'm the pacemaker or the trendsetter for like the local culture that I'm in right now. And I kind of don't like it because I feel like there's so many biters out there, but at the same time, it's kind of like, this is how like I feel like Mock would feel or something like that, where it's like you feel like you're such a powerful force that people just come out and kind of remix your recipes. And this is just making me think, well, like how does like somebody like Mock feel, or how does like West Side Gun feel? Shout out to them, because I've been the one where I kind of take like the blueprint and tweak, maybe not the whole blueprint, but like take a little bit of the blueprint and a lot of what I have to offer and mix that together and bring about. That's how you get a Serbs. Like a lot of my style when I first came out was boot camp, and I've explained a lot of this. Like just I take a lot of my influences, just a little bit, and I kind of like try to remix it and just give like a fresh face to the identity of what I feel I need to personify or portray, business wise or character wise or whatever it is, you know. So with the clothes, I really do feel like I gotta figure it out. But I have like hot shit already out there. For Christmas, I gave away all my clothes. I didn't really care. All those clothes I probably gave away like $300-400 worth of clothes. I don't mind, you know. I don't like, what am I gonna do? Charge my family? I don't care. Like I told my tia, like I don't want your money. I don't give a fuck, you know. All the things that I do for my family are for my family, and I don't really expect shit or favors or anything like that. I just do what it do, and I could really care less about whatever. I was going somewhere else. As far as like being like so this goes to as far as being an entrepreneur, like for everybody that's out here like doing this shit, like it's challenging. You know, the last video has like no views right now on like the last God's Hour episode, and I'm just looking like, am I like falling off? Is like the content stale, or is it just like right now we're at a dip? You know, there's peaks and valleys. Am I in a valley right now, or, you know, do I need to change something about, you know, the program? But I'm just like, you know what? Who cares? Years ago when I wouldn't get plays on SoundCloud, it would just motivate me. Like, okay, you know, y'all sleeping on me now, okay? Well, it's time to fucking show you why it's a mistake to do that. For everybody out there, it's always gonna be a not a perfect journey, but something that you got to look out for. And not like, that's why I feel like so many people fall off, or they quit, or they, you know, I've seen this happen over and over, where people get high and then they, you know, the wheel, you know, they're on top, then they're at the bottom, and, you know, they'll go through that, like they'll go through 3 of those cycles, but then it'll be the 4th one that'll be like, okay, like I'm done. I don't want to fucking do music anymore. I don't want to do this shit anymore. They have kids, they got other responsibilities, and that takes them away from their creative passions. And I don't think artists should do that. I think if you're a real artist, you're gonna find a way to create, and it doesn't matter like whether it be a year or 2 years or 2 days. Just figure it out. You don't have to figure it out all at once. But me, I'm gonna keep going. It's not like I'm gonna stop for anything. I wanted to do Pomona Loud last night, but I was just tired, man. I had allergies like a motherfucker. I had a headache. I was like, dude, I gotta fucking memorize a new song, because I'm not gonna go up there and do the whole Chitlin Circus shit where I'm just gonna redo the same songs and give people like, oh, remember the song I did last time? Or here it is again, you know? Even if there are like a few new people, I'm like, you know, I feel like I know that room backwards now, like the back of my hand. And instead of me going up there and being like, okay, let me do the same song, I don't take anything from that. I want to go up there with new songs and just give y'all a new performance just bring something new to the table. And some artists don't really see it that way, which I think is like it defeats the purpose of being an artist. As an artist, I feel like you should always go out there and challenge yourself and try to reinvent yourself when you can. If it's not working, if it's working, then even work on that. Okay, like why is it working and how can we tweak it? You know, what's funny is like I think the Jordan 1s came out first, then they came out with Dunks. And to me, they're the same fucking shoe. Like if you look at Dunks, you look at Jordan 1s, they're the same shoe. Before that, you had like Air Forces, and you can even argue like Jordan probably saw the Air Forces, because Air Forces is like early 80s. Let's just say 81, 84, or was it 85? Maybe 85, the original, right? Because they just retroed the Breds and all that. Like whatever it is, if it works, keep doing it, and then like just have those little tweaks. And if it doesn't work, like okay, well, we got to figure it out. Because bro, you look at big companies like Nike and you look at like all the Jordans that have come out with, bro, there's like fucking like 40 something Jordans or something like that. What are the most popular ones? 1 through like 13 or some shit. Or what happened? And no one ever goes around talking about, yeah, the 14s, the 15s, the 21s. It's always no 1s, 3s, 4. You know, it's all up until like 11 or some shit, which is, it just goes to show you, like, even big companies will fucking drop duds that nobody wants. You can even say they're dropping duds now. You know, the Legend Blues, no one's really checking for those. I felt like the Metallic 5s would have had an even bigger, you know, they were super hot when they first came out, you know, and then now they're dropping. You know, what is it? These are shoes that people have been wanting for years. Even with the Wu-Tang Dunk Highs, everyone wanted those for years. They came out like what, 99 or some shit, and then now they retroed and they're like just above retail for shoes you would easily think would be at least, you know, retail and a half. But not everything is gonna be like crack or whatever. And you just got to be like, okay, like just drop the next one. I'm pretty sure Nike ain't losing sleep over, oh, like they're going to sell shoes anyway. So they're a fucking conglomerate, bro. When you're a beast and you know you're a beast, you're just not going to stop. So do you know you're a beast? I know I'm a beast. And I'm going to keep dropping. I don't give a fuck, okay? You don't like this week's episode? Try the next one. I got you. You didn't like this shirt? Well, I got you on the next design. You didn't like this song? You didn't like this album? You will find me on the next one. Because I'm not... There's no point in letting shit get to you, or, you know, kind of like just getting down about shit that's out of your control. So, I don't know. I feel like I just dropped my phone and I have everything on my lap and shit. That's all right. What's up, boy? What's up, buddy? Come here. Let me tell you a couple of fucking things. Come here. Oh. Look at that thing. Say something. Yeah. I love when you say stuff for the people. Hey, hold on, Holmes. You gotta understand that you gotta relax. You gotta relax with some of that nonsense you be doing. You understand? Look at that. 'Cause he was the boy. He was the baby. I love you too. You're the best thing that's ever happened in mi vida. Oh. Yeah. Just talking about shoes, buddy. I know you don't like wearing shoes, my paw intended friend. But guess what? It didn't matter. I got Presley some, they call them booties, paws, but I got him shoes, and he didn't like the shoes. You think Papi appreciates that he buys like $20 things for you, like Bones, Goyan, and shit like that, and you didn't like them? You didn't wear them? I bought you shoes, you didn't wear the shoes, my friend. I love you. I'm gonna put you down. Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't really have much to talk about. Just wanted to come up here and say what's up to everybody and shit. Prospect just hit me up. I don't even know what to talk about. I don't know. I just been stressed at work a little bit. I'm trying not to get me down. I'm trying not to take it personal, but like just right now work is all kinds of bullshit. Which is so funny. Like literally what I've been thinking about it, like don't take it personal. My pops told me, he was like, just don't let it affect you. But it's hard, you know what I mean? Like it's just like fucking people are dicks. You know, and then it's just I don't know, man. When I first got in, like when I started training and stuff, like I was super happy and just like I'm not happy and shit at work. It's just especially when Gino when he left the shift, when he went to first shift. So now it's kind of like fuck. Now not only do I hate work, now I don't like have like my homie with me to like talk shit. It is whack, you know. I don't know. I guess just making the best out of the situations is always what's gonna work, but I don't know. When you connect with somebody like super tough like that, and then you don't really connect with, like, what am I gonna do? Like, settle for like this dickhead? Like, pause. You know what I mean? Like, fool, I don't even like. We can't even relate. Like, you're an asshole. You know? Like, you just. What do we have in common? You know? Like, do I entertain you? Am I like? Do I amuse you? Am I a clown? Because I'm not amused at all by nobody else and shit. So I'm not gonna be nobody's fucking bozo the clonezos. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me see. People like the video, but finally people like some of the shit. Okay, let's talk about Nems destroying Funk Flex. So Funk Flex freestyles. Nems went up there and bodied it, bro. What I hate is that like he'll forever be like, to me, like a sucker for just like looking at like Conway and Benny. Like they went up there and destroyed the freestyle, but he's just looking at them like all like unimpressed. Like, well, who are these fools? Like, why am I even here? And like these other fucking like dudes that can't rap, you know, can't even. They can't even rap a whole verse. Like they gotta punch in or do takes and shit like that. It's like he's all, you know, Funk Flex, you know, when he has all this energy, and for them he has like so much more energy, and I'm like, why, bro? That shit is whack. So with Nems, when he went up there, I was like, Nems bodied that shit. I feel like a lot of Nems freestyles are better than his songs. He came out with some song or he just dropped some new shit, and I'm like, or the Go Fat Boy shit, I didn't really like it. I'm like, okay, cool, but I feel like the freestyle, like the battle rap shit where he came from is really where he shines. You know, your mother's a Gunther, take your old, you know, newborn daughter and punt her, and all this other shit, you know, will beat you up or fucking stab you, shit like that. I love that shit. I don't really want to hear Nems doing like commercial shit or anything like that, because I feel like it not contradicts like his like lifestyle and stuff, but it's just like when he does it, it just seems like a reach, like, oh, let me try to reach some sort of success or something like that. And I feel like that's how I felt about Joey Badass. When Joey Badass came out, he was like super raw, something that New York needed. Like it was kind of like the first retro of like the 90s era, you know, the whole Beast Coast movement, pretty much just like rapping over Dilla, Doom beats, shit like that, to where he brought back the essence of like raw New York, of like the raw New York underground sound. And when he dropped Dedicated, I'll never forget, like, nah, he sold out. I'll never forget when he came out with that song, I was like, it's over. I don't want to listen to this fool anymore. And from literally that song, it killed the whole Beast Coast shit for me. The whole everything. It killed it. It ruined it. I felt I like, even Underachievers, their first mixtape was really good, but after that I didn't really get into their stuff. Who else? Flatbush Zombies. After Better Off Dead, I felt like they kind of like, not that they fell off, but I was just like, I don't know. Just music is really sacred to me, and I feel like artists it's hard. This music shit is hard because it's like I love it to the point where I don't want to see an artist do different shit. I want them to kind of remain in the same sound. You could do that. Like, you don't have to fucking do the bubblegum shit. Just like tweak it a little bit. You know, you listen to the first Iron Man album and you listen to Fish Scale, which came out 10 years later. It's like you still get the same, not even the same Ghost. You get like Ghost was rapping crazy. By the time he hit Fish Scale, he was already like, he had refined and, you know, sharpened his pen and he pieced up his syllables different to the point where you listen to Iron Man and you're like, this is dope. But Fish Scale was like a whole different Ghost, you know? You don't have to sell out. You don't have to be like, oh, let me compete with, because by '06 it's already like we're coming out of the G Unit era. None of those beats sound like it came out of the G Unit era. It just sounded like, you know, like a different Ghost album, you know. But Fish Scale still sounds like it could have came out somewhere around Iron Man or something like that, you know. But it still sounds like now. But it is to the point where, you know, I listen to Set the Tone, and I feel like rappers do have like kind of like an expiration date at some point because, you know, his voice is like real gruff and it's different. You know, maybe I just need to listen to Set the Tone more because I like that album, but then again, there's some beats that he came out and he's trying to sound like, not sound like, but there's a couple like, you know, hippity dippity songs. I don't want to hear that from a Ghost album. He has like shit like did Rock and Roll come out of Cuban Links too? That's dope. Like where it's like it could fit in with the sound, but it's still like, you know, kind of has like that A-Rap music, you know, the 2010s type beats, underground beats. But I love Ghostface Killer. I reviewed Fish Scale. You know, I was listening to Redman's Docs the Name 2000. I was like, I think I gave this a B+. This is a solid A, but a B+ is kind of pretty much an A to me. But that's a bumping ass. I think I was listening to that album to work, and I was like, it's fucking hard. I listened to Illmatic I think I listened to Illmatic for the first time, like really, really listening to it for the first time, like coming from the Rose Bowl, the event for Pokemon Go, and I was like, fucking, this album's awesome. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I listened to Illmatic one time, and I was like, nah, I still really only like The World Is Yours and New York State of Mind. But when you just think of like where hip hop was at the time, Nas was like a fresh new artist to come out and just little shit like that, you're like, oh, okay, I appreciate this shit a lot more. So I think that's dope. Talking about the Rose Bowl, it was Unova tour for Pokemon Go. I had to work after, like right after, and I was like, perfect, like I'll leave early. I'll show up a little later, I'll leave a little early, and that'll, like, it won't be as much traffic going there, and it won't be, like, really no traffic going to work, because if I had to work in, like, downtown, oh, man, it'd easily be, like, a 2.5 hour drive from Pasadena to downtown. Easy. There's so much fucking traffic at, like, 5:30, you know. So I think I woke up like at 11. I left at 12, and then I got there like at 12:30, and I really didn't start playing until 1 o'clock, which I kind of gauged. I was like, I'm probably gonna not really get there till like 1, and I didn't even really like the spawns. Like the Pokemon that were out there weren't even really that cool. Last year for Sinnoh Tour was like amazing. Like I think I caught like 700 Pokemon, and I was going bodyguard hard. I was there from when it started, like 9 in the morning or whenever the fuck, to I think it was 3:30. And this year I showed up at 1 and I left at 2:30. You know, an hour and a half. But I got everything that I wanted and more. I had like super low expectations. Like, okay, all I want to do is hatch eggs. You know, if I do raids, if I catch, I mostly want to catch, but if I do a little bit of raids, whatever, that's cool. That's fine. That's what I did, and that's what I got. So I'm not even really, you know, just setting my expectations really low. I think that was just dope to it was a fun day. Like I was with Dub and he had all his homies and shit, and we was like, light mobbing through the Rose Bowl. We were just talking shit. His homie had like, I don't think they were triple white, but they were probably like beige Air Max 97s. I was like, okay, like this fool knows, and they were beat up too. So I was like, oh, this is like, I like that type of shit to where it's like, I'm pretty sure 97s are comfortable shoes. I don't have any, but I'll probably get some. I literally, like, the list of shoes that I want is so much greater than like what I can afford. Like I'm physically not gonna have all the shoes right now, but at some point I am gonna want everything that I want. But you gotta think, like, as far as like New Balances, I want 550s, 2002Rs, 998s, 997s, 996, 993s, 574s, 2000s, 1000s. For Ace, like I only have one pair of Asics, but like there's like the Gel NYC, the Gel Lights, the Marvel one. Like I could go on forever. Nikes, Air Max, like all the Air Maxes, the Pluses, 95s, 90s, 97s, the DNs, the TNs, whatever. Filas, I pretty much have everything I could get my hands on. But it's like whatever. Just shoes are shoes. I don't even know where I was going. Oh, so I was walking around and I seen this dude. He was wearing, I think, the Jordan 1 Travis Scott reverse olives, because the mochas, you like not even forget it. But the olives, I want to say they're like, I don't know, $500-$700 shoes. But you could tell like he was one of those dudes that like, oh, I'm gonna go to an event where there's a lot of people. Oh, let me show off like my shoes and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, if you're playing the whole event, your fucking feet are gonna be fucked up. You're gonna be tired. I always rock, my beaters are the Monarchs, because you could do that. And your feet are gonna be tired, but they're not gonna get beat up. You're not gonna feel like you fucking went on a hike. But if you wear flats, like let's say Dunks or Jordan 1s, and you're walking around, especially in low tops where you have like no ankle support, you're gonna feel like all fucked up. Like you're gonna feel like you went on a stupid mission and got nowhere. You know what I mean? My battery's getting low on my computer. That's fine. So yeah, man, we'll probably stop at 38. So yeah, I don't really understand people that wear like designer shit like out and about. Like $200 shirts, like Balmain shirts, like $200, and like I don't know. I shouldn't really talk that much shit, but I feel like a lot of people are out here trying to like people please or whatever, and I feel like when I do it, here I go acting all high and mighty and shit just because I have a clothing brand, but it is because like I want to piece my fits together. Like there's a goal in mind for me. Like I don't want to just flex on people because I have like an insecurity issue. I want to flex on people because I want people to see like the shorts and the shirt match with the shoes with the hat. You know what I mean? Like there's a purpose to it. Everything has a meaning in my life, and other people, I feel like there's lesser meanings or like superficial meanings that people just, I don't know. You good, boy? Yeah, right? He's giving me the eyes like, let's go inside already, fool. Fuck. Let's wrap it up with The Rock had this promo on the WWE with Cody Rhodes, and he was talking about how he wants Cody's soul, and it was really like weird energy, like sus, no Diddy energy going on. And what made like Cody Rhodes was up there looking confused and shit, like what, like all like in contemplation, like what is there to contemplate about? He's being weird. Like if I were you, I'd be like, get out of here, weirdo. What the fuck? You want my soul? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Who says shit like that? I should have turned the lights on, but I don't know where they're going. Rock was in this place where he was like dominating, number one. Like around this time last year, he had the WWE on fire, but now it's kind of like he's bringing it down. I don't know why he's bringing it down. Yeah. Just that promo was weird. It's like, where do we even go from here? He's saying that The Rock wants Cody to be his champion, And Cody's like, I'm the people's champion, and The Rock's the people's champ, but he wants his soul. And I was just like, this is fucking weird. You know, I feel like peaks and valleys, man. With wrestling right now, I feel like they're kind of going in a peak with a lot of the storylines. Like, I feel like they don't know really, like, why is Liv and Raquel in a tag team? You know, they just won the titles. Like, why? They should literally just give those titles to like another like tag team that are like on the come up or something like that. I really don't see like Raquel. Like, I could see Raquel as an Intercontinental champion for sure, but Liv is a, you know, main event Liv Morgan. Like, you know, it's like, why is she the fucking tag team champion? That's something I never understood with like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio when they got the belts. It's like, yeah, I could see why, because they had their styles complement each other and they could give really dope matches as a tag team, but I don't want to see Eddie in a tag team. I want to see him as a champion. I don't want to see Rey as a tag team. I want to see him as a champion. They like, Rey was always a cruiserweight, and Eddie lived in this like weird thing to where he jumped over. You know, I think he was European champion. Then he jumped over and became the WWE champion. But they never want to give our people like the chance to like shine. You know, Rey was only champion for like a month or two. Eddie Guerrero, I think Judgment Day was always, that pay-per-view was always like what, like May or something. And he dropped the belt like not too long after he became champion to JBL. And then JBL had a crazy run with that. You know, everyone remembers Eddie winning the belt. No one remembers like him as a champion. And same thing with Rey. Same thing with Alberto Del Rio. It's kind of like they were like always the underdogs and they were chasers and they weren't really champions. You have like champions and chasers. Champions now, like Gunther, he's a champion. He's not really a chaser. No one really wants to see him chase. He's just like an asshole champion. Same thing with Roman. He's not really a chaser. He's like, I'm the champion. Fuck all of y'all. Should we do a quick album review? I was gonna do More Fish because that album is awesome. But let's see what else. What else do we have? Did I do Diplomatic Immunity? If I didn't, whatever, it's fine. Diplomatic Immunity by Dipset has incredible production. Cam brings unorthodox flows complementing Jewel's aggressive lyrical prowess, offering space for Jim's laid-back style. It's a very entertaining album beginning to end. The toxic bitch comedic phone calls and Hell Rel freestyles bring funny and fresh transitions. Uncasa destroys his feature, bringing in the first song after a whole bullshit intro of like, what's really good? No, what's really, really, really good. Very annoying and funny at the same time. It's an awesome introduction to Dipset that like showcases like the personality and everything about like the cockiness, pause, and the confidence. Jewel shines on every track he's on. Cam brings swagger. You almost forget Jim is on the album, but he holds his own very well with his storytelling, you know, loving his grandma, shit like that. The vivid imagery gives you brings you into Harlem World. Favorite tracks: Who I Am, My Love, Ground Zero, More Than Music, I Really Mean It, I Love You, Real Niggas, Jewel Santana, DJ Enough Freestyle, I'm Ready, and Bout It. It passes the bulletproof meter with flying colors, and I'll give it a A. The message of the day is, man, don't take it personal. Take all negative energy with a grain of salt, and don't let it get you down. Do not let anything or anyone disturb your peace. Always protect your peace and prosperity and blessings at all costs. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other other side of that gate is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.